This is the Chronos pig cannon, and in this video I'm going to show you how it works and how to use it. The cannon was made as a collaboration between me and Shinji, another fellow Chronos member. But in this video I'm only going to be doing a basic explanation, but if you want a more detailed and technical explanation, then you can feel free to message either of us on Discord. The cannon works because of the fact that entities get pushed away from each other when they get too close. And we can abuse this mechanic by using lazy chunk. So I'm going to turn off my player's chunk loading so that this red chunk is lazy and this green chunk is entity processing. So I can spawn a pig here, and then I'm going to use my player to give him some motion by just touching his hitbox briefly. And then I can use the data command to get the motion data of the pig. And we can see that just from that short time he's built up some motion, and that doesn't disappear until we push him into an entity chunk. So I can push this guy, and you can see he kind of flew off that way a little bit. And the way we abuse this in this cannon is by pushing the pig into one of the four corners of this portal, and then dispensing hundreds of boats into the middle of the portal that touch the pig and give it a lot of motion. So the cannon starts right here at this panel where you have your destinations listed on signs. So I want to go to this test location 1, so I'll use the note blocks to select this lamp that's behind the sign. And then I'll use this lectern to select the number of pigs that I want to shoot. This cannon can shoot up to 12 pigs. And these lamps above the lectern show how full the pig storage is in the overworld side. And then when I'm ready, I'll click this note block to start the cannon. Then the encoding for that particular destination is fed into the binary counters at the bottom. We have these first 3 bits down here control the direction of the cannon, and then the rest of them control how long we accelerate the pig for. Then it starts dispensing carts to pick up the pigs in the overworld, and then the pigs are taken over here and sent into the nether. Then at the opposite side of the cannon, the pigs come out of this part of the portal, and then the carts pick them up again, and then they get put into lazy chunks. Then the pig gets pushed down next to the instant conveyor, and the cart gets pushed up, so the pig gets separated from the cart. And then the pig gets instant conveyored along over to the panel. After the pig exits the instant conveyor, it gets pushed over into one of the 4 corners of this portal that controls the direction that the pig will fly in. Then a couple seconds later, boats will be dispensed in the middle of the portal that will accel the pig in one of the 4 directions. The 4 different binary counters underneath the ROM will control the length of the acceleration for the 4 different stages of accel. And each binary counter has a 1 game tick precision, so that gives us a lot of accuracy with the cannon. Between the second and third stage of the acceleration, one of these 2 pistons next to the pig will fire, which cancels out its motion in one of the directions. And that allows this to become a 360-degree cannon instead of just a cannon with 4 different angles. To give you an example on how that would look, imagine the pig is starting at the white glass and we're trying to reach the green glass over there. So we would accel the pig 14 blocks in this direction. And then a piston right here would fire that cancels out all the motion on the x-axis, which causes this vector to become a straight line in this direction. So it would look like that. And then we'd have to just accel the pig in this direction some more. So we could add another vector onto the end of this vector. And that's how we would reach this. There's 4 different stages of accelerating the pig, and they're split into 2 for the straight acceleration, and then 2 for the diagonal one. The first accel in each pair is with 450 boats to give the pig a lot of motion, so we can go far with less time. And the second accel is with 9 boats, that's to give the cannon more precision. After the pig is finished accelerating, it gets pushed down, all the boats are broken, and then the pig gets pushed over this way, up to here on top of where there will be TNT that explode and give the pig upwards motion. The TNT duper for that is back here, so it just shoots the TNT under here. The pigs are then pushed upwards into this entity separator, where the pigs are separated out and then pushed into a grid on this wall right here. Then all you have to do is click the button to launch the cannon and then fly off to the destination. So to show you the cannon in action, I've gone on the Chronos SMP where you have the cannon built. Now I want to go to the slime farm, so I'll use the note blocks to select that destination. Then I'll select one pig because I want to shoot one pig, and then just click the note block. Now I can't actually go over to the other side of the cannon because that would load it wrong, but I can show you everything from when the pig gets conveyed over. So we see the pig has arrived where it needs to go, and then we wait for the boats to get dispensed. And now the boats are accelerating the pig. You can see the boats just got broken, and now it's going into the second stage, and now the third stage. Yep. And the pig gets pushed down and then gets pushed all the way over here where the TNT beneath it explodes, giving it vertical motion. The pig gets pushed up and then gets pushed over here onto the wall. Now I can go over and saddle the pig, ride it, and then we'll be launched to the slime farm. And we're at the slime farm. Now I'm going to show you how to align the schematic for building the farm. You should align it so that this wall right here is on a chunk border, and then the alignment in the other direction doesn't matter. You'll also notice this red border back here is also on a chunk border. This is the wall which you should not cross when the cannon is charging, or else you will load the pigs over there. There's also the portal in the overworld side that needs to be aligned at a specific height that will be in the world download. And then the cannon is sitting right on top of the bedrock right here. There's also a couple of chunk loaders in the overworld, so like right here, there's this chunk loader and then there's a return side on the other side. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. 5, more than 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 of those. And then there's this right here, which is actually a corner portal setup because the portal is spanning across 2 different chunks. There's a chunk border right here, and you want the portal ticket to be in this chunk right here, so the portal links to this portal. So if I just go in this spot and do /execute in the overworld run TP at P, you'll see that the entire thing is to the south of where I am. And that's really important. You want to make sure it's like that. Throughout the cannon, there's a bunch of containers with inventories that you need to fill. So I've tried to mark as many as I could with signs, so if you need to, you can check the world download for what you need to put in all the containers. Now I'm going to show you how to encode the cannon. So I've chosen a spot right here that'll take us to 30k, 50k. It doesn't have any encoding in the back. So first thing what you want to do is just find the initial X and the initial Z of the cannon. So we're going to go over here. And if you're playing in 1.20.6 or below, then the initial X and Z is going to be this wall right here. But if you're playing in 1.21 or above, then the initial X and Z is going to be this snow right here. Right now I'm playing in 1.20.2, so I'm going to go over and choose this wall to be my initial X and Z. So I'm going to press F3 and then see the targeted block up here is 13, negative 322. And then the destination X is going to be 30,000 and Z is 50,000. I'm going to press calculate and then it's going to give me a whole bunch of data right here, but the important ones are these lines down here. So I'm going to go back over here. I'm going to grab observer, rails, and glass. And then what I recommend doing so you don't accidentally trigger any of these observers is to just remove them before you start doing the encoding, which I'm going to do that with world edit. And then we're going to start over here. The blue glass is the first accel, which it says is 81. Now I'm going to need to convert that into a binary number, so I have this binary to decimal converter over here. So I'm going to type in 81 and press convert. Oh, I had the wrong one. So I'm going to type in 81 and then press convert. And that gives me this binary number right here, which I'm going to need to put into the blue section. So I've got 1 on the left and then 3 zeros. 1 and then 3 zeros. So an observer is going to be a 1 and then just leaving it blank is 0. So that's our binary number put in, and then you just want to connect the rails over to the edge where the observers would be. So we have this is 81, it's 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1. Now I'm going to do the same for the second accel, which is going to be this green right here. So we have 17. So I've got 1 and then 3 zeros and then 1. So 1, 0, 0, 0, 1. Now for the third accel we have 119. Got 3 ones, a 0, and then 3 more ones. And then the fourth accel is 47, which is 4 ones, a 0, and then a 1. And then for the direction bit, we have 2. That's just these last 3 bits right here. So 2 is just that one right there. Then after you finish putting in the binary data, just make sure you replace these observers or the cannon won't take you anywhere. Now if I go over here, select that one, then that'll take us to 30K, 50K. Now we can see initially the pig doesn't show up. That's because of some client server desync, so I can either fly away far, relog, or just kill myself. Since this is a single player, I don't want to relog, so I can just do /kill. See, the pig is here. I'm gonna grab a saddle. And then since it's the first time I'm going to that location, I'm also gonna grab twisting vines. Now if you look at my coordinates up at the top, you can see that they match, these coordinates up here match the coordinates that the calculator said it would. So we can just put down a couple of vines there. And then the pig will land there every time. Before I finish off this video, I've got a couple other things to mention. This bar of lamps at the top is a progress bar. It lights up from the left to the right to show you what stage of accel the cannon is in. There's this wall of red stained glass that you're not allowed to pass while the cannon is charging, or else it'll load the pig and then the cannon won't shoot the pig. This cannon is entirely self-loading, so there's chunk loaders. So once you click the button, you can just wait like a second or a couple seconds for all the chunk loaders to activate, and then you can leave, go do whatever you want, and then just come back to shoot the cannon. After you shoot the cannon, there's a timer down here that gives it a cooldown, so all the boats have time to recycle it down into the dispensers. So the bar will stay lit up until the cooldown is over, and then it will turn off like it is now when it's charged or when it's ready. And then if you get stuck while you're flying in the air on the pig, just hold like a tool or a food item in your hand and then right click with it. and then that'll do something to coordinate the server and the client, and then it might fix it. You'll also want to make sure your render distance and simulation distance are both on 16. And you can add more pigs to the cannon using this rail line right here. In the world download, there's a command block to do this. It spawns in pigs and carts that just refill the pig storage. And that's all I have for this video. As always, if you need any help, there's a couple links in the description. Bye.